Kirk Cameron has changed his mind about hell.
I used to hold the position of conscious eternal torment because that's just what I was taught. There are other positions, and a very robust argument can be made for conditionalism or annihilationism.
This basically means that the damned cease to exist at some point.
The Bible, particularly in the Old Testament, never talks about the eternality of the wicked souls.
Two problems. First, the Old Testament doesn't actually have robust teachings on eschatology, which is the stuff like heaven and hell. So even if the Old Testament doesn't talk about the wicked souls being eternal, that's not actually an argument for annihilationism because the Old Testament doesn't talk a lot about hell in general. Similarly, the Old Testament doesn't say a lot about atonement through the Messiah. We go to the New Testament for more explicit teachings on these subjects. Also, most of the Old Testament verses annihilationists use end up not being eschatological or even theological.
But the wicked will perish like smoke. They vanish away.
Yeah.
That's talking about like vanishing,
gone.
destruction.
When we interpret the Bible, we need to appreciate the genre, the original intent, and how it was originally understood. This passage is from Psalms and is literally poetry. When King David wrote this, he did not have the intent of writing eschatological theology. Second, even though there's not a lot of teaching about hell in the Old Testament, we actually do have examples where the damned continue to exist. Many of those who sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. This passage is explicitly eschatological, and it describes the resurrection of the damned, and that they will forever be in shame and contempt, which requires them to actually exist.